What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 191 prediction video. Let's get into it. Look, I'm excited. Take a look at the names on this card, you guys, even the prelims. This should be a good event. Don't sleep on this event. Now, on the prelims, I'm choosing Paul Felder to beat Ross Pearson. Now, on to the main event. I'm choosing Paige Van Zandt to beat Alex Chambers, choosing Corey Anderson to beat Jan Blachowicz. Now, Anthony Rumble Johnson versus Jimmy Manuwa. This should be a good fight. Jimmy Manuwa, the definition of well-rounded, pretty much good at everything, not great at any one thing. Started late. He actually started in his late 20s with MMA. So therefore, he's actually younger in fight years, and that's rare, and that is a positive for him. One wonders how good he would have been if he started in his early 20s or late teens, but who knows? We'll never know. Like I said, doesn't have the wear and tear that a 35-year-old, I believe, 35, 36-year-old would normally have, so that works in his favor. However, he's fighting Rumble Johnson. And Johnson started off as a wrestler, but when he realized he had that KO power, which rivals all the heavyweights, he started working on that stand-up game. And even the kicks and the knees, he actually has a very well-rounded striking game. Had a little setback there against DC. Go back with the Black Zillions, work on your wrestling there, tweak it up, turn it up. I expect to see him fighting for the title here shortly, pretty much one fight away. I'm choosing Rumble Johnson if you can't tell. He's fought a higher level competition. I just think he's on a different level than Manuwa. Let me know how you feel about this. I think he's underutilized in the UFC. You don't have to talk smack to be a showman, to sell tickets. And I believe he's a charming personality, funny, nice guy, spectacular in the ring. I believe that he is someone who deserves a little bit more promotion, maybe a little bit more money. I think he's a bigger draw than the UFC is giving him credit for, and is basically, I think they're underusing him. So let me know what you feel about that. So again, picking Rumble Johnson. Now, co-main event. I'm stumped. I don't know. Andrei Arlovski versus Frank Mir. They're both 36 years old. They're both on like their third win. We're seeing new things from this. We're seeing this vitality, this energy. We've heard from experts, of course, that the heavyweights seem to mature later, and both of these men are examples of that. So you can't use their age really against them at this point. Fabricio Verdum wins the title at 37, I believe. So skip the age. They're both training smarter, training differently, improving. They're in the game. Let's go. I think this is going to be a great fight. Great fight. I don't know who's going to win. Frank Mir, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, one of the deadliest submission artists we've seen in the UFC. You better tap, or else he'll snap. He will snap that arm. He will snap that leg. You better tap. Developed a nice striking game. He does have a decent striking game. Has good cardio for a big man as well. And again, ever improving. He's a smart fighter in the octagon, makes adjustments, has good game plans, reads his opponents well. He's a smart fighter. Frank Mir is a smart fighter. Part of the reason why he has lasted this long, having a very long career. Former UFC champion. Here we go. Andrei Arlovski. Actually started off a little bit later when he was 18, was a cop first, and then he started off in Sambo. I did a little bit of research. The Sambo that he trained in, the Russian version, has a lot of strikes, which obviously we've seen in his career up until this point. He's got his third win. He's training smarter. He's smarter in the ring, makes adjustments in the ring. This depends on how it goes. How it goes depends on who wins this. Because honestly, 10 different fights will probably turn out 10 different ways. 5 and 5. I don't know. I give the standing advantage to Andrei. I believe his striking is crisper, cleaner. I think he has better combinations, and I think he's a bit faster than Frank Mir. If this is dirty boxing up against the octagon, up against the fence, I don't know. I don't know who wins that. I don't know if Frank Mir will be a little bit stronger or be able to muscle him up a little bit more. He's a little bit thicker. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. Because, again, I think Andrei's technique on the feet is better, faster, cleaner. On the ground, I give the advantage to Frank Mir. Is he going to be stronger than Andrei? Andrei does have a great ground game. Will he be able to have his way with Andrei on the ground? I'm not sure. He'll still have to be quite smart on the ground. If the fight takes place longer on the ground than on the feet, then maybe we'll see Frank Mir's cardio last longer and get the win in the later rounds. If it takes place more on the feet than on the ground, maybe we'll see Andrei's cardio last longer and get in the later rounds. I don't know. I'm choosing Andrei Arlovski. Main event, and we're seeing my boy, you know I love him, the UFC flyweight champion, Mighty Mouse, Demetrious Johnson take on John Dodson for the second time. Not even arguably. Okay, the flyweight division is new. This was the greatest flyweight fight in the history of the flyweight division in the UFC. Their first fight. Look it up. Check it out. It was amazing. Now, those of you, he gets a bad rap. Demetrious gets a bad rap for being boring. It's because he's so much better than his competition. And unlike Ronda Rousey, he doesn't have the Tyson factor of finishing his fights in like 16 seconds, so it's a little bit harder to sell. But anyone that I know that has a little bit more than the average education in MMA, and I'm not trying to bash like casual fans or anything like that. I don't do that. It's all love. We're all MMA fans. But those that I know that have a little bit more education, they love Mighty Mouse. Just get your knowledge up a little bit and you'll love Mighty Mouse because you'll see how spectacular he is. Now, against John Dodson, who is a worthy opponent, when he has top-notch energy, we saw he is just as fast. He actually knocked Mighty Mouse down twice in the early rounds. And then as soon as his energy bar went down one, Mighty Mouse just overwhelmed him with offense, was taking him down up against the fence, was hitting him, was doing pretty much all that he wanted as soon as Dodson slowed down one notch. So, Dodson, how's that cardio? That's all there is to it. We know when you're at full energy that you can go toe-to-toe with Mighty Mouse. How's that cardio? Also, his last performance, he came off a very bad knee injury, then had a win against Zach Makovsky and was not the best win. I actually thought that he should have another fight in between. He looked rusty. He looked rusty. Now, he also said, of course, that he's trained with Zach for many years, and that's why, but still. You want to be the best top-notch version of yourself for me to even consider picking you against Demetrious, because Demetrious is that good. He's spectacular, and I'm choosing him because unfortunately John Dodson in that last fight was not the best version of John Dodson that we've seen, so I can't pick him. But I hope we see the best version of John Dodson, because if we do, we will see fight of the night. We will see. It will give us a reason to understand and to see why Demetrious Johnson is probably pound for pound, best fighter in the world. He is that guy. And John Dodson, if he's on his level, if he's on his P's and Q's, we'll see why. Choosing Demetrious Johnson. Let me know your picks, any injury updates. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I now do 16-second predictions and recaps exclusively on Twitter and Instagram, so you got to follow me on there to get them. Give me all your picks. Talk to me. Subscribe. Take care. Goodbye.